to every single one of you. I hope you're looking forward to a wonderful weekend. Thanks so much for taking your time this morning to see eXp. If it's not the first time, if it is the first time you've seen it, then welcome. If you've seen it other times, then welcome back. A little bit about me. My name is Scott Lewis. My wife, Tracy, and I been in real estate here in San Antonio combined 28 years. Her a little longer than me. She used to own the fourth largest Century 21 franchise in the United States. We bought that back in 2009, rolled it into a Keller Williams office. We were Keller Williams' #1 recruiters globally in 2012. We have the Lewis team here in San Antonio. We do about 25 to 30 million a year in sales, and mostly the luxury division or luxury. Most of our clients are luxury clients here in San Antonio, and do a little bit of commercial and a little bit of REO, but that's predominantly what we do, and that's predominantly our business. So a lot has happened in real estate in my career, and I would tell you that, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 18 years old. I've been involved in many multi-million-dollar companies. I've been very fortunate in my career to have, gravitated to some very successful companies and have, built and launched. I built Unicorp Marketing to a $1 million marketing company and sold that in 1997, retired twice, and came back to, this is the third time after retiring 2 times. So very, very excited again to be doing what I'm doing, and this opportunity. Once you see it and you understand it, you will understand why I'm so excited, and to be involved in a company that is changing the largest industry in the world in such a massive way is just, it's crazy cool. And there's a reason why I'm working on Good Friday, because it's just unbelievable what's happening here. And of course, I am going to go play golf this afternoon. I got to get in my golf, but again, thanks so much for taking the time. I'm going to run through this really, really quickly today. It's going to be a brief overview, but I will send you this PowerPoint presentation. I'll email it to you if you text me. I'll give you my phone number. If you text me your email address when we're done, I'll email it to you. And we're a publicly traded company. Everything I'm telling you is online. You can do all your due diligence, online. A whole lot more information than I'm going to give you today. But this is just a very easy way to share with you the information, and then open up the line for questions at the end. So I really like to do that this morning. I would love to reach out to each one of you individually and show this to you individually. Unfortunately, I was losing my voice because so many people were joining, and I was sharing this 6, 7, 8 times a day for a period of about 2 to 3 months. And I said, man, I've got to do something different. And so I started doing these presentations online every day. I do them 4 days a week. Rob Flick, who introduced me to eXp when he's in the country, does them 3 days a week. And, for those of you that don't know Rob, Rob's been retired for almost 20 years. He was Keller Williams' number 14 profit share earner in their history of their company. Gene Frederick also joined us. He was their number 20 in their history. He sold 7 KW franchises to launch eXp in Texas. How about that? So, we're attracting incredible people. Brent Gove just joined us a couple of weeks ago. He has the number 2 team in all of California. Bob Corcoran, who's the number 1 coach in the United States, just joined eXp. Many of his teams are now coming on board. So it's crazy. It's crazy what's happening when you see it. It's funny to me because there's a lot of talk going on now, especially in our market, because we're the fastest growing real estate company in Texas history, and we've grown this thing from 0 to almost 300 agents in San Antonio, Texas, in just a little over 14 months. So, everybody's going, oh my God, you guys have got to be cheating. Something's not right. Nobody grows that fast in this business. And so we're going to talk about how and why that's happened. Talk about Rob Flick a little bit. And I'm going to talk about the model. And if you've got any entrepreneur bone in your body, if you've got any sort of visionary, spirit inside of you, this is going to resonate with you, and you're going to get excited about it. If you don't get excited about this when we're done, then I will tell you, real estate is not the right business for you. I've been in this business a long time, and there has never in my life been an opportunity, anything close to what's happening here. And once you get to know me and meet me and know who I am, you'll know that I'm the most understated person you're ever going to meet. I'm probably the most analytical, conservative guy you're ever going to get to meet. And so, I just like to call things the way they are. And I like to back things up with numbers and facts. So the fastest let's talk about that in a minute. So let's get into the core of eXp. eXp is the agent-owned cloud brokerage. And so at eXp Realty, our family of agents and brokers build their own businesses while establishing a direct ownership interest in eXp Realty International Corporation as a shareholder and partner. And so when you come on board, you actually become an owner in eXp World Holdings, LLC, and that company owns eXp Realty. Won't get into all of that today and how we're structured. That's for another conversation. But tremendous opportunity there in many different ways outside of real estate. If you want to understand that, you should go to our national shareholders meeting that's the end of this month in San Diego, California. So I'd love to see each one of you there. We're going to have a packed house. But at eXp, we have all the diverse solutions for every agent. We got residential, commercial, REO, farm and ranch. So I just show you this to let you know, when it comes to traditional real estate and how we do real estate, buying and selling and working with a client, you can do all of that at eXp. So anything you're doing currently, you can do here at our company. Let's talk about Miguel a second. Miguel just joined us. Miguel is the #1 luxury agent in all of South Texas. Him and his team will do well over $100 million in sales this year. Miguel is just a monster. He has over 50% of the custom home builders in San Antonio, Texas. He has exclusive contracts with, and we just brought on Miguel to head up our international luxury division nationwide. So if you're a luxury agent, you want to be a part of that, reach out to me and let me know. We have a very agent-centric philosophy at eXp. So, again, this is just sort of kind of let you behind the curtain to understand the mindset of eXp and how we're structured. Not only does eXp want you to build your own brand or allow you to build your own brand, they want you to build your own brand. So if you have a company, John or Steve or Ron, you guys that are on here that have been in the game a while and get real estate, as you need to build your own brand, right? That's important. And eXp not only understands that, but they really, like I said, encourage that behavior, because eXp gets it. They know that you're the one in the trenches in creating the relationships. Why would you go spend your career building somebody else's brand? Doesn't make sense. That's a bad model, and I've hated that about the real estate model forever. At eXp, you can be ABC Realty or Don Watkins Brokerage or Steve Brokerage or Ronald Coleman Brokerage or Ronald Coleman Real Estate or whatever, powered by eXp. It's your company. Build your company and do that within eXp. So look at eXp as more of a platform, a technology, a corporate shell to allow you to build your brand and to take a lot of the responsibility of the training and the technology and the liability off your plate and let you focus on the things that make you money. What makes you money in real estate? There's two things: selling and recruiting. That's it. So we're going to talk about those things this morning here at eXp. I love this. One of our agents in Kansas City, Missouri, she came on board about 4 months ago, and she said, "You know what? I'm going to make a splash here." And her team has just exploded there in Kansas City after, this car has been in the news. It's been in tons of magazines. She's just getting incredible exposure there in Kansas City, Missouri. Leslie is her name. All right, technology is changing everything, right? We know that. preaching to the choir. We've all seen that. We've all experienced that. We live in incredible times. I love, trying to keep up with all these new companies and what's happening. And, I need to change Uber out because it's probably not the best example anymore with what's happened. It'd be kind of like putting United Airlines up there and what's happened there. It's funny with social media how quickly things can get out there, right? And man, you better do things right in this world because it's going to come back to bite you in a big hurry. And so I always said someone was going to do something similar to this in real estate. And when that happens, massive, massive wealth, more wealth that's ever changed hands in any time in our history is going to change hands. And so I believe that's happening right now. I believe that 5 to 10 years from now, you're going to look at these companies on the left, incredible companies. I'm not knocking them, but so is Blockbuster, right? So is Tower Records. So is Yellow Cab. They've been around since the Stagecoach, one of the biggest unions in our country. Just everybody knows, and now they're in bankruptcy. So I believe that the transition is taking place. It's happening right now, and because you got invited here this morning, you have an opportunity to be first to market. And being first to market with this opportunity, in my opinion, you're never going to have this opportunity again. And I am so just blessed and grateful to be a part of this and sharing in the success of this incredible company. So what's driving it? What's creating this massive movement that we're seeing in the real estate industry? Well, we've really sort of broken it down into what I call 4 disruptors. And Mason, you could take any one of these 4 here and make a very viable business opportunity, I believe. Any one of these 4 at eXp would be huge. When you put all 4 of them together, it's the perfect storm. I have tried to punch holes in this thing. I've had some of the best try to punch holes into this thing. And what's amazing to me is the more successful the agent is and the longer they've been in the business, the quicker they see this and the quicker they gravitate to it. So, I'm going to talk about each one of these today very, very briefly. Just know that I could spend 2 or 3 hours talking about each one. They're all incredibly important. I'm going to spend most of my time today talking about the last one, and that's the revenue sharing. Not because it's more important, because it's so different. You're all familiar, and the others are very easy to explain, and you're going to get those really quickly. But the revenue sharing and the way that works is sort of difficult to understand. It's very visual, which is why we ask you to come on to these online meetings so you can see this and sort of hopefully grasp it. But I'll tell you, even after seeing it the first time, unless you're really, really sharp mathematically, you probably aren't going to get it. That's okay. I do a class every Thursday where I go into a detailed training on that, and you're all going to be invited. So if you don't understand all the X's and O's, don't worry. We want you to understand it. We're not trying to hide anything. We want you to get everything. Everything I share with you, everything I'm doing is an open book. It's all online. It's all public. So, and we are audited by the SEC, by the way, so that should make you feel very comfortable. So what are they? Revolutionary lead generation systems. In the real estate world, if you don't have leads, you don't have business. It's that simple. eXp World, it's a game changer. I'm going to show you what it is and how it works. Agent-owned company with publicly traded stock. We talked about that a little bit. As an agent, the agents run the asylum. I love that. We're all building this together. We're all creating this amazing culture together. We're all sharing ideas and opportunities together, and we all get stock 6 different ways. I'm going to show you exactly how that works. And last but not least is a lucrative revenue sharing program. When Rob Flick called me, guys, if you're on Facebook, if you're surfing the internet, please do me a favor and turn your phone off. Give me the respect that I'm giving you. I'm giving you 100% of everything I've got this morning. I'm asking you to do the same for the next 20 or 30 minutes. When Rob Flick called me about 15 months ago, told me he was coming out of retirement, I couldn't believe it. See, I met Rob on the back of the yacht 8 years ago, and he has one of the few people I've ever met that has total time and money freedom. Total time. He can go. Matter of fact, he's in Germany today on a river cruise. 3 weeks ago, he was in South America. He's building this business part time because he travels all the freaking time. The guy has houses all over the world. He has total time and money freedom. He's built millions of dollars in mailbox passive income through multiple companies, and he did it at Keller Williams. He was first to market for 7 states with Keller back in the early 90s after getting cancer and being told he was going to die. All right. So he said, there's got to be a better way. He was a multi-million-dollar producer at Coldwell Banker, made over $1 million his 3rd year after taxes, was Rookie of the Year, got cancer and said, man, you know, I've got to look at life a little differently. He fought cancer for 3.5 years. Incredible story. If you come to San Diego, you can meet Rob at the end of this month. And after filing bankruptcy, moving in with mom and dad, fighting cancer for 3.5 years, he said, man, I'm going to do it differently. And he didn't really know what passive income was, but he started looking, and someone introduced him to Keller Williams. He exploded that company for 3 years, kind of floated off into the sunset. When he called me 15 months ago, said he was coming out of retirement for a real estate opportunity, I said, why? And he said, because this is the future. He said, it's going to change everything. I've looked into it, Scott. He said, you're the first person I've called after doing my due diligence, and I want you to launch this in San Antonio. He said 2 things that were very important. He said, number 1, he said, I'm going to do this with or without you. And he said, number 2, he said, if I do what I did at Keller Williams here, everything else being exactly the same, he said, instead of making $300,000 or $400,000 a month, he said, I'll be making $7 to $8 million. I'm sorry, $300,000 or $400,000 a year. He wishes it was a month. He said, instead of $300,000 or $400,000 a month, I'd be making $7 to $8 million a year. I still said that wrong. Man, sorry guys. $300,000 or $400,000 a year versus $7 to $8 million a year at eXp. And I didn't believe him. I don't think he really believed it, but he wanted to believe it. We wanted to believe it. We have since validated. I can back that up with numbers. He is already making more at this company after 12 months than he made at Keller after 20 years from the lucrative revenue sharing. I'm going to show you how in 5 months I got a 5-figure check in my 5th month, and it's gone up every single month since then. And now the first number is not a straight number. So anyway, enough hype about that. You know, this is not blue sky. We're going to back that up. But I want to make those statements because I want to make sure that if this is the only shot you get at seeing this, that you really get it and that you really understand it. Because I can assure you that if this is the first time you see it, it won't be the last. And if you don't understand it today, 4 or 5 years from now, you're going to end up regretting that you didn't pay closer attention. So I just want to make sure if this is the first time you're seeing it, that I give you as much good information about this opportunity that I can. So revolutionary lead generation systems, like I said, we all know we have to be in leads to get business. You know, I'm blown away by our technology. I'm blown away by our lead generation systems. At eXp, you're going to get conversion and commissions inc. Both of those platforms, they would cost you $600 or $700 a month if you went anywhere else or got them, and you're going to get them here for free. They're the best of the best, hands down. If you don't believe me, just do your due diligence. It's like owning the Ferrari and the Lamborghini. We get them both here, and so I don't know any other real estate company that gives you that technology. But at our very core, the very foundation, the genesis of eXp is our technology and our lead generation systems. So forgive me for not getting into a lot of detail on that today, but just trust me when I tell you that they're incredible systems. And if you plug into them, you're going to get leads, you're going to get more business. Your CRM is going to be on your website. It's connected to an MLS, and that's on your site, and your business is going to grow, and you're going to be able to manage your database and all the things that you need to build a business at eXp. Secondarily, at eXp, like I said, our very genesis of the company, our founder, Glenn Sanford, generated 130,000 leads. I talked to one of you earlier, there's a lead generator, so you know what a big deal that is. He generated 130,000 leads in a 3-year period in Bellingham, Washington. He was with Keller Williams. He was offered several $1 million for his technology, and he was flattered. He almost did it, but he said ultimately he wanted to start his own company. And he said, what kind of company would I create that I as an agent would want to go join? And so he built a company where he doesn't get paid a salary, and he gets paid the same way you and I do. How cool is that? He also built a company that we looked at as he's a tech genius. He's like being in the room with Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates, and he looked at Realtor, market leader, Zillow, True. He said, I can do what they do and do it better, and he does. And you can sign on, get a budget at eXp, 100 to 500,000 a month. Join our company, and you'll get assigned an agent that'll help you build those pay-per-click campaigns. Spend as much or as little as you want. There's no contract. They're exclusive leads. They come right into your conversion or your CRM. Guys, no other company does this. And not only do we do it, but we don't do it for a profit. None of our employees, the company does not make money on these services, and we will teach you how to do it so you can do it yourself if you want to. Or if you're ambitiously lazy like me, you can just hire somebody else to do it. I love that about the company. Your listings, that's a big deal, right? So you got to make sure that you've got a deliverable listing presentation that'll deliver the listings. If you come on board on our team, we will give you the listing presentation that my wife spent 18 years building. She led the #1 team in the nation for 8 years in a row. And after doing our due diligence at eXp, we discovered that we would be doing our clients in a disservice to not move to this company. We would be doing them a disservice because their listings are going to get a tremendous amount more exposure. Immediately, it's going to go out on over 600 different websites. And that's more than double any other company out there that I've seen. And so, and the technologies that you're going to learn are going to help you do more than that. Our very own Brad Anderson, who works for eXp, it created and managed the Zillow Academy. How about that? How about that? I mean, if I didn't talk about any of his other resume, how cool is it the leader of our education and training built Zillow Academy. He's a co-founder and educator at RE Tech Campus, built Active Brain University. He's the #1 most subscribed blogger in real estate on the internet. And he will teach you every single day. He does 3 or 4 classes a week, how to do it at eXp World. What the hell is eXp World? Well, eXp World is what allows us to do what we do. I don't know that a lot of people join eXp because of eXp World. But when you do join eXp, you realize that this is a much easier way to do business. And so when you join the company, you're going to get, well, first of all, Verbella. You can Google Verbella. They respond out of University of California, San Diego, by the doctor of that college there that built a company, and it's the only place in the United States where you can go and get a degree in building office cloud environments. And man, the technology is changing every single week. It's getting better all the time. So I can only imagine where this is going to be 10 years from now. I mean, it's going to be phenomenal, but it's already unbelievable. So you're going to build out an avatar. It's going to look as much like you as possible. You can walk, you can talk, you can dance, you can jump up and down, you can, share your screen, you can hand off a file. But the most important thing is you can attend 15 to 25 hours of active live free training. Well, it's not free. We have a technology fee. I'll talk about that in a minute. But training every single week. And just pop in there. You didn't have to get in your car, put on your makeup, put in gas, drive across town, look for a parking place, go into an office, talk to agents you didn't really want to see in the first place, sit there in a stuffy office, listen to a training. 2 hours into it, you go, man, this is a waste of time, but I can't get up and leave. So you wasted a whole day. You got to get back in the car, go do it again. How many times have we done that? Or going to something where you go, man, that was a waste. Sometimes they're good, right? But sometimes they're not. Well, at eXp, guess what? I can get an hour's worth of training in my pajamas in the morning, every single morning. And then it's live and it's interactive. And if I really like it, it's recorded and I can watch it on the YouTube channel. All right. It's a better way to do business. If I'm on the beach in Hawaii and I've got a transaction I need to close and I've got an issue, I just pop into the transaction room and I go talk to one of our transaction coordinators. I say, hey, I've got an issue in this transaction. Can you help me? And her avatar walks right up and she pulls it up on the screen and we both look at it. She says, oh yeah, I see you need to do this. Let me help you. I got a problem with my accounting. I'd go right next door into the accounting office. All right. I'm onboarding an agent and I need to ask them a question. I pop next door and I go into agent services. All right. I want to then send a training, so I pop into meeting room 1 and I listen to Brad Anderson do a training. And then on Friday morning, our national leadership meeting, it's held in our auditorium, where there will be hundreds of agents every single Friday at 10 a.m. You want to understand the power of this company? Come to the meeting next Friday at 10 a.m. All right. It'll blow you away. And it's growing like crazy. And we get information every single week from the leaders, the founders, the CEOs, the COOs, that are carrying us to the next level. It's not like we're getting together once a month in a convention. We do it every week. Okay. All right. So it's technology that's changing the game. And how about this? Your computer breaks down, or you get a new iPhone and you can't sync the email to your phone, or how many times have you wasted a half a day having to go to the Mac World or to the Geek Squad? Well, now you have your very own Geek Squad. You pop in there, they'll remote access your computer and fix it in minutes. All right, save me countless hours of time. You want to build a website? They'll build your website. That's the Working the Magic team. That's all part of our technology fee at eXp. For those agents that want or need an office, we have a national contract with Regis Suites. This is probably the most understated, powerful thing that we do. Brent Gove, I talked about him earlier, joined eXp. Brent is from Sacramento, California. He was with Keller Williams before, and he said 4 years ago he and his team got an office there in the Regis Suites, and it's the most preferred business lounge of the corporate 500 companies in the U.S. There's thousands of them across the country. He purchased, or he rented an office there, and he said over 50% of his business in the last 4 years has come out of people that he's met in Regis Suites. How much business are you going to get going into a real estate office talking to real estate agents? I owned one, I know, all right? The only agents I ever saw were the whiners, the complainers, and the ones that were looking for an escape. They weren't looking to sell real estate, all right? And so I love that now we have a Regis Suite. There's 9 of them in San Antonio. So if somebody's coming into town in the Stone Oak area, I can meet them in the Regis office in Stone Oak. If they're coming to the Dominion area, I can meet them in the Regis office in the Dominion. I've got a full-time receptionist at my disposal. I've got a coffee and tea bar. I got free Wi-Fi. They can meet my client. I can sit there, in a professional environment and do what I need to do. Or I can make phone calls. Or if you need to rent a private office or a conference center, those are available by the hour, by the month, by the week. All of this is included as part of your monthly fee at eXp. You can do 3 sides a year at eXp at 100%. Those are investment properties, buy your own house. eXp doesn't want to make money on those. All right, startup costs and fees at eXp. This is ridiculous. I mean, I get so, I get blown away sometimes. Every once in a while I run into an agent that just doesn't get it. And I go, you got to be freaking kidding me. How in the world could you see this opportunity and not run to it? I mean, we have done everything to make it financially irresponsible for an agent not to join our company. Our founder, Glenn Sanford, that is his model. Make it financially irresponsible for an agent not to join eXp. For $49, you get your business cards. If I stop there, that would be enough because they're awesome business cards. They're thick, they're colorful, they're beautiful. You get folders. You can put our listing presentation into it that I'm going to give you. You're going to get a lead generation site. You're going to get a WordPress site. You're going to get Google Business Suite for you and or your team if you have a team. You're going to get Real Satisfied Pro and a ton of other technologies. I can't keep up with the technologies we provide to our agents in this company because it's so robust and it changes every week. Our monthly technology fee is $50 a month, less than what you're spending in cable, more than likely. You're going to get everything I just shared with you for $50 a month. I can't believe it. Okay, a $420 tuition fee. That's taken out of your first closing at eXp. And that sort of leads me into the next part of the presentation, which is talking about our stock. Because also on your first closing, you're going to get shares of stock that right now at the price that it's trading at would cover almost all of that $420 tuition fee. So really that's a wash because it's taken out of your first closing. Love, love, love that about our company. Make it easy for agents to come on board, and we give them the technologies. You know, a lot of real estate companies out there, it sort of irks me because, you know, agents come into the business and they work hard, and then they really take them to the bank, and training and technologies. And the next thing you know, an agent's 5, 6, 7 grand into the business, and they haven't closed a deal yet. Guys, it shouldn't be that way. And at eXp, we want to make money off of successful agents selling real estate, not off of technology and training. So love that about our company. And by the way, it is our company. What's your exit strategy? How long have you been selling real estate? How much longer are you going to sell real estate? Can you exit now? Are you making enough mailbox money to walk away? Do you have enough stock in retirement to walk away? If the answer to that is no, you should pay really close attention for the next 15 to 20 minutes. At eXp, we've turned the model upside down. In 1906, Colbert Caldwell founded Caldwell Banker, the most unjust thing for the real estate agent that ever happened. All right, it's a very tops-down model. Trust me, I know it. If you're thinking about buying a franchise, please call me first. I would highly encourage you to talk to me before you ever buy a franchise in the real estate world. And as an agent at a franchise or even a small broker owner model, it's a tops down model. It's tops down. If you don't get that, we should have another conversation. At eXp, I already shared with you, our founder, Glenn Sanford, gets paid the same way I do. He gets stock in the company and he gets revenue share. You can actually make more money than him. It's built in a way, and I'll show you exactly how you can do that. You'll have to work harder than he did, but the opportunity is there. Now, you may not get more stock than him. He's got a lot of stock, and he's way ahead of you. But you can acquire as much stock as you want, okay? So that's the next part of, and our third disruptor is we are agent-owned with publicly traded stock. And I really believe at the core, this is what makes us phenomenal. eXp, wow, even Warren Buffett would be ecstatic. It'd be a happy dance had he bought stock the first day I bought stock at this company. So I'm going to get my little pen out here so I can draw on the screen here so I can share with you how this works. So eXp World Holdings LLC is the company, the LLC that owns the subsidiary eXp Realty that we all work for, all right, or work with as an owner. So as a agent with eXp Realty, you are going to have the opportunity to get stock in the LLC. We are publicly traded, and our ticker is EXPI. It's an over-the-counter stock, which means if we were less than $3, we would be considered a penny stock, which is what everyone called us in San Antonio for the first 6 months. Guess what? They can't call us that anymore because we're not a penny stock anymore. We are over $3. When I joined the company on November the 1st, 2015, by the way, you can check this out. Go to Yahoo Finance or Google Finance, type in EXPI. The stock was trading at 62 cents. That was November the 1st, 2015, the day I joined this company. We had 816 agents on that day. Some of you are going, oh my God, I wish I'd have got a call from Rob Flick. Yeah, well, you got a call today, and it's still early, okay? The stock right now, I think the stock market's closed today, right? It's trading at $3.45. It is open, $3.45. That's almost a 600% return on the investment from the stocks I bought a little over a year ago. That's awesome, right? I got to pinch myself. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I should have bought a whole lot more. Should have sold my kids. And I could have bought a lot more kids, right? Just kidding. I love my kids. I have 2 boys. One's in college, one's in high school. And they're the world to me. I love those guys to death. So, and they're really, truly the reason, along with my wife, that I'm doing this and doing what I'm doing. So, wow. So as an agent, you get stock 6 different ways. That's the first way. The second, third, and fourth way are based on agent count. Right now, we are at over 3,100 agents with the company. So you can see we've gone from 800 to 3,100 in a little over a year. We went from 2,000 to 3,000 twice as fast as we went from 1,000 to 2,000. All right. We have added, in March, we added over 350 agents almost half as many that were with the company a year and a half ago. We've been around 7 years, all right? It took 9 years for KW to get to 1,000 agents. It took 12 years for RE/MAX to even get out of Denver, all right? This company is setting all sorts of records. The fastest any company in our history, in the U.S. history, in real estate ever grew in 1 year was Keller Williams. They grew 53% in 1 year. eXp last year grew 186% nationally. My team and in Texas both grew over 500% last year. Guys, it's never been done before, nothing even close. So this truly is the Uber of real estate. We're setting all kinds of records. They call it the hockey stick. Anybody remember that? All right, that's the hockey stick. And that's what RE/MAX had on their wall for many years. Because when they got to 10,000 agents, and almost all the companies that went over 100,000, when they got to 10,000, they started doing that. So eXp, I believe, is right here. So it's perfect time, guys. Perfect time. All right. So as an agent with eXp on your first transaction, you're going to get 75 shares of stock. When you cap, we just capped last week again for the second time at this company, you get 250 shares. When you attract another agent, you get 250 shares. How many shares do you want? How many agents do you want to attract? Just go attract a bunch of agents. I've personally attracted over 60 agents now. I got stock every single time I did it. When I joined the company, what's interesting is you see over on the left as the agent count goes up, the amount of stock that you're going to get goes down, right? Now, we all know that someone can sneeze in the White House and the stock can go up or down. I am not telling you that this stock is going to go up or down because I don't know what the stock is going to do. And I'm not telling you you should buy the stock. You need to make your own decision if you want to consult a stockbroker, okay? But I do know this, that traditionally over time, stock represents the profitability of a company. And so the more profitable a company gets, the stock tends to follow, right? So that's the ultimate goal. That's what we hope for here at eXp. And so when I joined the company, look at this. When I joined the company, you got 1,000 shares for capping and 1,000 shares for attracting an agent. Now that 1,000 shares back then represented at 62 cents, about $620. Check this out. Today at $3.45, 250 shares is worth about $900. So even though the amount of stock has gone down 4 times, the value has gone up over 30%. How cool is that? So even though, you know, the stock value or the amount of the stock that you get goes down with the activity, as the agent count goes up, we hope that the stock's going to go up, right? And that's the reason we do this, is we base this on predicting the value of the stock, even though we don't know what the stock is going to do. I hope that all made sense to you. The fifth way that you get stock, hands down, bar none, if you're on your phone again, you should pay close attention to this. This is the reason every agent in the world, in my opinion, should join eXp. Most agents that I know, and I've mentored and coached and been around thousands of agents in my career, and most of them can't afford to pay their taxes at the end of the year. It's sad. It's sad. There are the exception. I'm not knocking the business. I'm just saying most of them don't manage their money at all. Most of them never save a penny. If they don't have a spouse that has an exit strategy, most of them are screwed. All right. With eXp, we encourage a savings program similar to a 401k. And you can take 5% of each of your commissions in the direct purchase plan and get our stock at a 20% discount. And that comes off of the average monthly traded price for the month that you did the deal that took the 5% out of. I'll give you an example. Chris Lefebvre joined our company. He was a part-time agent trying to go full-time. He credits Conversion, one of our software programs, and the lead generation there for allowing him to go full-time. And in 2015, he made over $200,000 with eXp. He's from Boston, Massachusetts. Friend request him on Facebook and ask him about this. He will tell you it's true. $200,000, his second year with eXp, He invested all of that in the purchase plan at a 5% discount. I mean, at a 5%, that's a little over 10,000 that he invested at 20%. That 10,000 that he invested in the company is worth over $100,000 today. And that's only one of the ways that he's gotten stock in our company. Do you think he's not a billboard for eXp? Guys, we have walking, talking billboards all over the country now because we own the company. There's never been anything take off this fast. I guarantee you every agent in San Antonio is at least heard of eXp now, and that's happened in 14, 15 months. It typically takes 4 or 5 or 6 years for a company to make an impact in a market. So that's 5 of the 6 ways that you get stock at eXp. The 6th way I'm going to show you right after I show you our compensation plan. So this is radically different, and it's sort of one of those things where you have to open up your mind to really get it and understand it. When you come on board at eXp, every agent, every broker, all of us are on an 80-20 split, okay? I love that because we're all on the same deal. We're no franchise, there's no franchise fees. Once you've paid $16,000 to the company, you are 100%, a true 100% cap. That's $80,000 in GCI. Now here's what you got to understand. The 80,000, or I'm sorry, the 80% is your money, right? Whose money is the 20? The 20 goes to eXp. Who owns eXp? We do. How cool is that? So we don't have the brick and mortar. We don't have the overhead. We don't have all of those expenses. So we can put that money back into the agent's pocket. We do that in stock, and we do that in revenue share. The other 44% of the 20% goes back to the company. Who's the company? We are. What does it go into? Technology and training to help us grow and be more prosperous. Can you imagine, without all the brick and mortar and all the overhead, we've eliminated 60% of the overhead, where we're going to be with 10, 20, 30,000 agents and how powerful this company is going to be and the things that we're going to be able to accomplish and do. I say, you know what, put on your entrepreneur hat. And I look business people in the eye every day and I say, look, if you can show me a better model than this, I'll come join you right now. Show me a better model, I'm all in. I've never seen it, never seen anything close. Take any business in the world, put them side by side, and if one can eliminate 60% of the overhead over the other, everything else being the same, there's no possible way that the other can compete. It's impossible. If it was 10%, maybe 20%, tough. 60%, impossible. A game changer. It's the reason I believe we will be the biggest real estate company in the world, bar none, 5 years from now. Now, there is a $25 broker review on every transaction after you cap. During the cap. That's how our broker gets paid. We only have one broker in every state because that's all we need. We have tons of compliance. We're audited by the SEC. We are the most compliant company you're ever going to meet, but we do it a little differently because we only need one broker. There's a $30 E&O on your first 17 deals in most states. In some states, it's only $10. In California, it's $40. The next year, 17 deals and then it's free. It caps at $500. There's a $250 transaction fee after you cap on your next 20 deals. Okay, now that if you did an additional 20 deals, the total of that is $5,000. However, if you do that, you're going to qualify as an icon agent and you're going to get all, I did say that, you're going to get all of your $16,000 cap back in stock. How cool is that? So after the 20, that transaction fee drops to $75. Hope everybody understands that. If you want clarity on that, just let me know. And like I said, I will send you this slide and you can get a copy of our independent contractor agreement and it'll go into all of that. The Icon Agent Program, this is genius. So every agent that comes on board has the opportunity to qualify. If you're a mega agent or a team, they all go into the kitty. And as an Icon agent, to qualify, you need to cap plus 20 transactions in your calendar year, right? Cap plus 20 transactions in a calendar year. You also need to be a cultural fit, which means we want you to give back, teach a class, or be part of a board. How cool is that, that the top teams and people in our company are giving back to our company? Why would they want to do that? Well, they're all getting a lot of stock. We'll show you how. They get a lot more, and they want to see their stock go up. So absolutely they want to help the company grow. The culture's changed. The environment has changed, right? So as an icon agent, once you cap plus 20 transactions and you're a cultural fit, the $16,000 that you paid in cap, you get back in stock. 4,000 of it you can cash immediately, and the other 12,000 is like a golden handcuff and is paid to them on their third anniversary. Now, if you were an icon agent at the end of 2015, that $12,000 worth of stock at the end of 2016 was worth over $80,000. Is there any chance that mega team or agent is going to leave and go somewhere else? No, I don't think so. All right, that concludes the stock portion, and I'm getting into the last section, the last disruptor, and the reason Rob Flick came out of retirement, and the reason that I am at eXp, and that's our lucrative revenue sharing program. Having owned an office, I understand that the most lucrative way to build income is to attract other agents or to sell real estate. And at eXp, we allow you to do both. There's no territories. Everyone's on the same playing field. Everyone has the exact same opportunity. And so as an agent, when you come on board, let me get my pen back here again, you get a business center, and this is you. By the way, we're audited by the SEC. You must be a licensed real estate agent to participate. We are a publicly traded real estate company audited by the SEC. We are not audited by the FTC, which audits companies like Keller Williams or network marketing companies or multi-level marketing companies. We're audited by the SEC. So that alone makes us very different because we are paying off of revenue, not off of profit. What is profit? Profit is after what? Expenses. Guess what? If there's no profit, there's no profit to share. All right. Trust me, that happens a lot in other companies because you can't control the expenses. The expenses are controlled by who? The franchise owner in every single market. All right. In our model, think of it as when you do a referral. And so when you refer a client to an agent in California or Florida and they close a deal and you get a 20% referral, don't you know how much you're going to get paid? Yes, you know exactly, to the penny. Well, our revenue share is the same way. You know exactly how much you're going to get paid, and it is incredibly lucrative because we've eliminated what? 60% of the overhead. So when you join the company, you can attract an agent. Many agents as you want. Let's say in this example, you attract Bob. And let's say Bob in this example is a capper. So Bob, as a capper, pays $16,000 to eXp. Bob is on your tier 1, right? He's on tier 1. You need one personal. There's one personal to qualify on tier 1, which means it's impossible not to qualify on tier 1, right? You get 3.5% off of every single deal he does, as long as you are an eligible agent at eXp. In order to remain eligible, you need to do one deal every 6 months, or you can pay a small monthly fee if you didn't close something and keep eligible. That's it, all right? If Bob caps, you have made $2,800 of the $16,000 that the company brought in revenue share. How crazy is that? Just think about that alone. That's crazy, right? That's almost 20% of the company revenue is coming back to you. That's paid out on every single agent that joins our company, okay? You can do that as many times as you want. How many $2,800 a year would you like to make? No territories. When we go to Canada, we're in Canada. We go to Mexico, Brazil, South America, Argentina. We're an app. We don't need a building. We can open up with one professional agent in any market in the world, and it's happening quickly, all right? We're going to start going international very soon. All right, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, because here is what happens, and I will tell you it happens incredibly quickly. I had agents on my 7th tier, my 5th month with this company. And now I have over 40, and I have over 480 on my team in a little over a year's time. Okay, in a little over a year's time, Rob Flick now already has over 1,000, and so does Gene Frederick. It just happens. So I've personally introduced it to about 25 to 30 people, and it's grown to 480. The same thing will happen to you. So in this example, let's just say Bob attracts Sue. Sue is a capper in this example. She pays $16,000, so that's $16,000 to the company. Sue's on your tier 2. Bob makes $2,800, right? Because Sue is on Bob's tier 1, right? Sue's on your tier 2. You need to qualify on tier 2. You need to have 5 personals. In this example, you have 5. I put those up here for you already because I know how ambitious you are. And so you have 5 personals. You make 3.8% on every deal. How cool is that, that you make more money from Sue than Bob does? Do you think you not want to help Bob succeed? Help enough other people get what they want, and you'll get what you want. That is brilliant. I love that model for success, all right? So in this example, if Sue caps, for the year you've made $3,200. On tier 3, you need 10, and you make $2,000. Tier 4, 15, you make $1,200. All the way down to tier 7, where if you have 40 personals, you make $4,000 a year off of every single capper on your entire 7th level, all right? Eventually, your business will look like this. It'll be bigger at the bottom than it is at the top. I know that because I've seen mine from other companies, from Keller Williams. I've seen Gene's and I've seen Rob's. Rob has over 2,500 agents on his 6th and 7th level. So he has about 1,000 cappers on his 7th level at Keller Williams. Remember, he makes about $300,000 or $400,000 a year. If you had 1,000 cappers on your 7th level at eXp, that is $4 million a year. Some of you might have just fell out of your chair. I know when I saw this, I almost did. I said, oh my God, this is genius. I didn't really believe it. I didn't really get it, but I was excited. And so I started getting eXp insomnia until I really understood it and I really got it. So if you add up all 7 levels, that is $16,000. That means the company will pay 100% of all of its revenue back to the agents that qualify on all 7 levels and build the team. Not everybody's going to do it. We know that. And so that is safe, but we're also going to be making money from other businesses. I can show you how that works later if you come to my wealth chart training, and that's the true genius at eXp when you get and understand that. So a couple of examples here. Now I'm going to open it up for questions, and I will be done for the day. So let me just real quick erase this so we can see what the heck is going on here, because all my scribbling there. And let's go to this slide. So this is an example. Let's say you recruited Pat Hayes. Pat closes a home with a sales price of $300,000, and Pat's commission is $9,000. We all know how that works, right? That's transactional business. We've all been doing that. That's 3% of the $300,000. The next month, you get this on the 22nd of the month. Into your bank account, you'll get a wire transfer for $315. That is 3.5%. See tier 1 right there. That's 3.5% of $3,000. That's $315. So if it was if the house was $600,000, how much would you make? Double the 315, right? $630. Direct deposit right into your account on the 22nd of the month. It's like a holiday now, every 22nd of the month. You keep getting paid on every deal he does until he caps. He doesn't have to cap. If he only did if that's the only deal he did for the year as a part-time agent, you made $315. All right. The next year, the money rolls in all over again. It's like an annuity. And guess what? Pat Hayes is an icon agent. He's never going to leave eXp. A herd of Clydesdales could not pull him away from this company, right? Because he's getting stock. He's getting revenue share. He's one of the owners. He's an icon agent. How many Pat Hayeses do you want on your team? Well, guess what? Let's just say in the first year you go out and get 6. And let's say in year 2, each of those 6 just gets 6. Really simple. Each of those 6 just gets 1. 6 total, 12 on your team, 2-year period, $36,000 a year, or $3,000 a month of residual income. Ask yourself this: how much money do you need to have in savings doing what you're doing now to get $3,000 a month in interest? It's over $2 million. What is easier, attracting 12 agents to the fastest growing real estate company in U.S. history, or saving $2.5 million? For those of you that really want to grow big, and I'm only talking to the people that want to win big. For those of you that don't want to win big, just ignore the next 2 minutes. We have something called a ninja program. It's for our team and our team only. A ninja program, we do ninja training. Ninjas are someone that will recruit, or we call it attract, 100 agents in their career. And we believe a ninja will make a minimum of $100,000 a month, $100,000 a month residual income. I truly believe we'll have 10 people in our company doing that next year in 2018. We'll have 10 people make over $1 million in this company. Unbelievable, right? It's unbelievable. I don't expect you to believe that. I don't expect you to believe it at all. But if you're interested in being a ninja, when we're done, text me and just say, I want to be a ninja, and I'll follow up with you. If you just want to be a leader, go out and get 10. This is a 5-year plan, and this is an opportunity to create potential retirement income. I don't know if you can retire on $348,000 a year. Some of you can, some of you can't, okay? But I don't know anyone that would turn it down. So in this example, you go and find 10 agents and help each of those 10 attract 10. That's 110 agents just on your first 2 levels. And I promise if you have 100 on your second, you will have many on your 7th. But in this example, we're going to stop right there, because with 10 agents, you only qualify for the exponential share through level 2. You're not going to get paid 3 through 7 because you got to go get more personals, right? 10 who get 10 is 110 on your team. That's $348,000 a year. I think that's a beautiful 5-year plan that anyone can do while they're still doing their transactional business. So think of eXp as 3 businesses in one. Transactional, you get it. You're already doing it. We make it easier to get more leads. We give you the technology. We make it, you're going to make more money and save more money at eXp. So if that's all you want to do, you should join eXp. While you're doing that, doesn't it make sense to own equity in the company that you're building? That's your second business at eXp. Build a stock portfolio. Build a retirement program through building stock acquisition. The third business, while you're talking to agents and closing deals, learn to be an attractor. You learned how to attract listings. You learned how to attract buyers. Why can't you learn to attract agents? Make it part of your business. Brokers do it every day. All right. They call you all the time wanting to recruit you. Why can't you do that? All right. This is the new model, guys, and I love it. So as an agent, you can make more money than me and then the owner of this company if you go and build a bigger revenue share. In 2004, Mark Zuckerberg, we all know Mark, right? 13 years ago, he invited 5 people to his Harvard dorm room to discuss a business opportunity, and only 2 showed up and they got in. Dustin Moskovitz, the blonde there in the middle, is worth $6.5 billion. Eduardo Severin is worth $3.4 billion. How many of you wish you'd have gotten that phone call? Wish I'd have been there. What a lesson for those other 3 and all of us. Nothing is more expensive than a closed mind. 2 things come to mind here when I see this. Number 1, a majority of the people didn't show up. You know what? About 40% of the people that I show this to now are joining. When I was recruiting to Century 21, I had to show Century 21 to 100 agents to get 3 or 4. All right, here it's unbelievable, the growth. And if this is the first time you see this, I promise you it's not going to be the last. The second thing that comes to mind here is 13 years later, do you think Mark Zuckerberg is picking up the phone and calling those 3 people that didn't show up going, hey, you want to get in Facebook? You want to join us? It's kind of laughable, right? It's kind of funny. Well, someone invited you here today because they believe in you and they think you deserved an opportunity to look at this. If I were you, I would get off of this call. I would call them up. I would give them the biggest thank you you've ever given to them in your entire life. I'd get on the phone and say, what do I need to do to get started? Because I assure you this, no one's going to chase you with this opportunity. It's too good. We're running with the people that want to run. If you want to run, you want to be a ninja, text me. I'll get you in my ninja training program, and we'll get you on the road to wealth. Here's my number right here, 210